hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. Another episode of Own Your Truth. And the crowd goes wild. Yes. Yes. It is Friday, and you know how we do on a Friday. We got to come to you with some real good conversation, keep it 100 with you. And today we are going to be talking about, have you been hurt, done wrong, or scammed in the entertainment industry? We need you to go over to YouTube right now. We are live there. We are waiting for your comments. We want to know, have you been scammed? Lack of a better word. Let me say that one more time. Scammed, did wrong, had your idea stolen in this entertainment industry. So before we get started, I am going to introduce everyone that's on the show. And if you go over to our YouTube channel, Own Your Truth Podcast, like and subscribe, you can see everyone that I am about to name in this studio. So we are going to start with the one, the only, drum roll, hand clap, Miss Entertainment.
Okay, this is different. What's going on?
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Weekend was good.
Good.
Yeah, weekend was good. Just busy, as usual.
Good. And we have DJ, drum roll, please. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. DJ Talented. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
Good. And then we have back on the show.
Yes.
Drum roll, please. Mr. Brian Keith.
Oh, that was good. Listen, after all the shit this is the first curse word, last curse I'm gonna say. After all the shit I've been through today, I needed that. As you can see, I'm getting myself together because I was late. I'll confess I was late today. So I'm trying to get my shit together. All right.
So remember, join us on YouTube right now. Tell a friend, and tell another friend. Own Your Truth Podcast.
And who are you?
And I am.
She got herself.
Always. Just in case we don't know who you are.
Just in case.
How was everybody's week? Oh my gosh.
It's been a long week. It's been, for those who may not know, I'm in the entertainment and the event business, event planning, event design, and the world is opening back up. Everybody have their 2 shots in their arms, and they're ready to party. They're ready to get married and all those things. So the calls are coming in. I'm grateful, but I don't think we're quite 100% ready, but we're making it happen. Yes, so it's booked and busy. I can say that.
Hey, that's a good thing.
A blessing.
Yes.
I'm not complaining.
That's right.
Yeah,
Be blessed.
I'm just a little tired. But it's okay.
You rest when you die.
There you go.
What about you?
For the week, it was good. We went and we took a couple of days and just slept. We went over to Hilton Head. That's our place of
nice.
Regenerating and just refocusing.
Yeah,
So we got our sleep in. That's for sure.
I love that.
Because I don't get a lot of sleep as it is. So my body's just like, sleep. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how mine feel right now. It's like, I can't go to sleep. But I'm like, but I got to keep going.
Yes. So I am going to get right into it. So the topic is, have you ever been hurt by someone or in a hurtful situation in the entertainment industry? So as of recently, Atlanta has been called Black Hollywood. Over the past few years, we have seen an influx of filming here in Atlanta. While this is good for Atlanta's economy, as well as the opportunity for those actors, musicians, crew, content creators, hairstylists, makeup artists, etc., to break into the industry, there is also reason to be aware of the so-called wannabes. These are the scammers that promise success, fame, fortune, and being a part of their project. Sometimes this is for little or no money, but the promise that you will get paid on the back end, or if not for money, the promise you will get a reel and film credits upon completion of their project if it gets picked up. So while a few years ago, you guys may remember 4 years ago, while Monique had this rant about Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry based off an issue that happened, whereas, she felt like she had been wronged by Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and of course, Oprah. However, she spoke her truth. So Monique went on stage on the Apollo. She owned her truth and basically said how she felt about each one of these people. As a comedian, she said it in her own way, which she's entitled to that, to say how she feels. But the whole world didn't know everything, but she was judged harshly for her comments. So I want to know, first off, let's start by addressing the fact that, of course, she said in her addressing on her own podcast 4 years ago, she addressed the comments and why she said it. She said it would kill her not to say real shit. So I would like to know how you all feel about that. Like, knowing that you've been done wrong, but there's something about being in this whole entertainment industry that makes you feel like, should I or should I not say anything? So,
well, let me address the Monique thing, because she just recently had an interview with Kevin Hart, in which she expressed, she said no to the marketing because that wasn't part of her contract. She did part of her contract obligation, which was with Lee Daniels. She did. But when it got sold to, I believe, Lionsgate, they wanted her to do something, and it's like, that's not part of my contract. Let's renegotiate. But when she said no, then it became she's difficult, and she was saying that it was racial, and then being that she's heavy, so, and then she's dark skinned, so it was like all that. What I disagree with her is her approach of doing it, because even though she said in the private of conversation, Lee Daniels and Oprah agreed that she was right. Yeah. But when she came out and said and called them all kind of names and this and this and that, like you said, this industry still is small. And where those whole black ball, white balls, or whatever balls she was, that came whatever balls that was against her, those balls are still here. Yeah. And those balls are still powerful. Oh, yeah. Right. So I think there's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion, but when she went on that rant, I think that's what hurt her, because now she's trying to get back in the room, because she asked Kevin, and Kevin made obligations like, I'm going to make those calls, just see can we all get in the room, because now her pockets are really hurting.
Well, see, and I think that's where I have an issue, because it's like, when you come out and say something, be ready for what's going to come for you. You can't backtrack and all of a sudden, like, give me in the room with the people so I can apologize, so I can do whatever. I mean, you was very, very adamant about what you said, and we wasn't there. So I like to use the word allegedly. These things happened. Correct. I'm not saying that they didn't or did, but I just don't like when people come out the gate just swinging, and then now you see nobody's not moving, and now you got to come back and apologize. It's always a way to do things. It's always a way to do things. There are times when, I mean, we've all in this room have been scammed. And at 42 years old, it pisses me off to say that at 42, I finally have been scammed. And not finally, like I was looking for it. Right. But, people have always said, be careful, be careful, be careful. You're going to Atlanta, and that's like the place of scammers. And I'm like, I got this. I've never been scammed. I know what I'm doing. And lo and behold, I did, because I trusted someone who introduced me to the scammer.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been working with this person at all. But when I talk about it, I just tell my truth.
Right.
But that's what she was doing. When you say that, Monique was telling her truth in the way that she knows how. She's a comedian.
No. But the interview. But not only was you telling your truth, you're also telling other people's business. Well, you're dragging other people into it.
Well, I'm gonna hold you on that part, but let's go back to her being on stage at the Apollo, because it all started by what she said. but hurt people sometimes.
Mhm.
So let's keep in mind now, she was hurt because molestation is a serious thing. And so to know that someone that you have shared something personal with, someone you idolize,
Now
someone you
these are
look
two
up to,
different things now.
right? But I'm not
Mhm.
going back. I'm going back to where we're talking about Monique. So
Mhm.
all of it stemmed from the very beginning when the part where none of it would have came out the way that we all perceived it to be had she not been on stage at the Apollo, had she not called them out of their names. No one would be digging into finding out, oh, what the hell is going on. None of us would have been, because it never came out before that, to the point that, like she said, people started taking out their cameras.
Mhm.
And then now it's a buzz like, what happened with her and Tyler? What happened with her and Lee Daniels? What happened with her and Oprah?
I'm going to disagree with her for as the calling them out their names. I mean, she could have still voiced and hey, they did this, and like you said, spoke her truth
Mhm.
without going below the belt. Because guess what? When you burn those, you cannot burn those bridges because you need to come back across them motherfuckers.
I
But
mean,
here again, like I said, I'm just playing advocate
Mhm.
here with all of you guys.
Right.
However, her hurt was because you're gonna take my brother who molested me, bring him on your show. I've been on your show several times. I idolize you. I worship you. You know, we all in this room could probably say we would like to meet the queen, Queen Oprah,
Mhm.
So for her, this is somebody that I look up to. I shared my personal business with you, and then you brought my molester on your show, but it wasn't even about the brother per se. It was, you didn't tell me that you were bringing my mother and my father on this same platform. She said she was getting ready to do a filming for one of her episodes for her show. And then she's watching, and it just like hit her like a ton of bricks to
Mhm.
see that. So her rationality was not to sit there and say, I'm not pissed off and I'm not hurt. She just didn't say it to the
So which
person
one
who
came
hurt her.
first?
That probably came first.
Well,
the Oprah thing with her.
The Oprah thing came. The Oprah thing came first, and then everything else just kind of went from there. But I guess for me, it's like that got you blackballed. But the scamming part is that when Lionsgate took over and want to give her money, because I mean it is two different things.
It's two different things.
You blackballed because you ran your mouth. Her and her husband, to me, you just started to tell everything that you know. Tyler said this. He don't like Lee Daniels. He said this. They don't like Halle Berry. So now you're being messy, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So I feel like that got you blackballed. But now the
Mhm.
scamming part of it all, when they wanted you to come back to work for something that was done, that you're not on contract anymore, they don't want they're trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. And now I'm trying to say you're difficult and things like that. So I don't know if that ties into the subject of the day, but that Oprah thing, that's what got you blackballed. You told
Now-
you
I
told
was
the
trying
people
to
to suck
tie
your
it
dick that you
in.
don't have.
But I was
It's
trying
rude.
to tie it in because of the simple fact that she spoke what she called her truth. And even though she spoke it about everything, being blackballed or what have you, sometimes even when you've been scammed
Mm-hmm.
and you speak your truth against the wrong person, that can also get you blackballed.
It can, but you also have to. I'm still gonna go back to how she did it. When she went to calling people names and all this, and then I'm gonna go back a little bit because of her interview. Something I did not know. What her and Kevin said that was the norm at that time. Is for you kind of just go along with what they say because they had the power and the marketing thing was of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But she rocked the boat, and that's why it's like, wait a minute, everybody always do this.
Yeah.
Who are you? Now, when even though she was right, and I agree with you, if they want her to go somewhere, they need to run that check. But it's all how she did it afterwards when she just went on and on. That's the part where it's like, that's why.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why.
because it got deep. I mean, for her and her husband, Daddy,
Mhm.
manager Daddy. Yeah, I get it.
Daddy.
I get it. You know, that's your husband, that's your manager, and of course he gonna rock with her. But for me, is I can tell my story in a way for you to get it and understand it, and hopefully learn from it. I don't have to drag nobody's name in it. I don't have to drag because now I'm just give you more power.
Mhm.
I'm not going to do that. It's about me at this point. So I'm going to tell you my story in the best way I can without dragging your name. It just got too dirty for me. But I feel like that's what got her blackballed, but the scamming part of it all.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know,
do agree that Oprah shouldn't have did all that. Bringing all the because that was wrong.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
And she say she didn't know. She knows. She's Oprah.
Yeah, she knows.
Nobody's going to bring nobody on Oprah stage.
Oh,
She don't know.
Right.
Because
right.
Oprah always says she signed her own check, so she knows exactly what's going on.
She does. And then when she had her little, I guess, show before the end of the Oprah Winfrey show, and we could see like behind the scenes of everything, you saw how the making of Oprah show was every day. And she'd go talk to people prior to. Sometimes she'll let them know what we're going to talk about. So, I mean,
that was all about ratings.
Yeah.
That was so, but I guess she should have known because Monique ain't no punk. She should have known that was coming. But I guess she said, "I am Oprah."
Right.
I am Oprah. Who are you?
Yeah.
I show you better than I can tell you.
Now, to
and she
question,
did.
What is the proper way to own your truth in the industry when there is that fear of being blackballed? What's the proper way?
Like you were saying, you can still say what happened to me without having to like, well, they ain't got no balls. They like this person. They don't like that person, and just talking about all that stuff that was confidential amongst y'all. Just tell what happened. Keep the personal shit out of it.
But what if the person is doing it to you?
I mean,
because the person who did you dirty is now trying to cover themselves. And they're
so do you stoop to their level? That's the question.
That's not gonna get nothing done. I was always taught when somebody's doing you dirty, it doesn't mean you have to do them dirty back. Because what's gonna happen? You're not gonna get no results.
Everybody's just dirty.
Right. So let me tell my truth in a very respectful way. And again, I don't have to call no names because you people follow her. She have a large following, so what movie she played in. So you know kind of who she's talking about. You've already said it on stage, so you don't have to keep repeating it. And then again, when they got to Periscope, back in the Periscope days, what an interview was on her podcast, now you're going deeper, and now you're telling business, private phone conversations that you've had with Oprah and Tyler and Lee Daniels. Then that's when it becomes messy for me. So now it's not even now, and I get it. Hurt people. Yeah. I'm hurt. You're not apologizing. I asked 1,000 times. You still want to do it. So now I'm going to do what? Now I'm going to expose you more. But what has it gotten? They still haven't apologized. She's still trying to figure out how she's going to make it. And now she want to go and open up a door and say, okay, well, let's all have a conversation. After all of these years, you did all of that, and they have not moved.
They ain't said shit.
Because of the way it was done. Because of the way it was done. So, I don't know. I mean, you can say it, and you can do what you need to do, but just not below the belt.
I guess it's like what's right for you, because what's right for me is not going to be the same. What's right for you, what's right for you, for me is I'm going to always try and take the high road regardless of what you do. Absolutely. Because it's about my integrity. Absolutely. It's about my soul and what I can sleep with.
Yeah.
Can I go there? Hell yeah. Everybody has that. Yeah. But what is that going to get me?
Yeah.
It gave you that I guess the immediate, bitch, I got you now. But then what?
and I know me, and I don't know if it's my if it's me or if it's just my Libra trait. But if I feel like I did something I still didn't get you, now I got to figure out what else. Well, I used to be that way. I'm not that way. Let me be clear. It used to be. I found you in a special way.
I'll give you that one.
Let me be clear for the people that's watching out there. I'm not that way no more. But in my younger days, I used to like, oh, I got you, and you ain't moving. Oh, let me figure out. And so now I'm spending my time to figure out how can I get
so much time.
Right. So much wasted energy. And I feel like she's wasted so much energy over time and years to still not get an apology. And now I have to come back and, eat humble pie. Just to get back.
And just move on.
Create your own platform.
I agree with that. How do you feel about wanting to? I hear she said it a lot of times. Sometimes she kept saying the sister. First of all, I hate that word. Well, I dislike that word. If you didn't come from my mother, I'm not your sis. I do not like when somebody says to me, sis this or sis that, or I told Brian that, or sis, I got you, sis. Hey, sis. No.
Well, it depends on who it's coming from. In
Well,
the context they use it.
Well, in this context, we're talking about this.
Yes.
But in this context, it was in an entertainment situation where she kept saying the sister. The sister's not going to do you dirty.
Shit. It's about money and your own personal stuff.
What?
I need power. I need power.
You need power?
Not Jesus. I need your source
What?
of energy.
I'm not
Your phone.
plugged up.
It's not plugged in?
No.
If I go out, y'all, let's hop out. But I don't have a charger. Okay, go ahead.
But no, I'm just saying, like in that context, because when you're talking about, she was like the sister. First of all, like I said, that's my truth. I'm just saying my truth in the middle of this comment.
Would that reach? At least give you some power.
If I feel like I got something to say and I don't need to go out.
The sis thing for me is an out. Just go ahead on and say, hey girl, hey friend, whatever. The sis thing, nah, I don't like that. But that was just me interjecting my truth. But anyway, trying to help someone out and your trust was betrayed. Like, let's say you shared your idea with somebody and they stole your idea. And then next thing you know, they're filming what you were filming. Or you're talking to someone that you confided in. We've all been there.
Hey, Brian, and you need to come back on that.
I'm here.
And then you confide in that person.
Your camera is.
Yeah, your camera's not there.
Well, what I do? I touch it.
It says you're there. Your video is not there. Did you hit video at the bottom where it says stop video?
No, I'm here.
That's when you plugged it in. Something when it's charging. That's all right. Just go back to what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm here, y'all. You can hear me. I didn't touch it.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Well, they know what I look like. Let's keep going.
But go ahead. He'll figure it out.
It's gonna come back. Don't worry.
So, rewind. How do you feel about wanting to help a sister or a brother, quote unquote, trying to help someone out and your trust was betrayed, like stealing your idea for, ratings or, taking your idea? That happens a lot in the industry. So you tell somebody what you want to do or your idea, next thing you know, they got the capital and they filming what you gave them the idea about. How does that, make you guys feel?
Does it make you asking, is it a worse feeling because they're saying skin color?
Or you tried to help them, or you trusted them, or you confided in them. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, anybody gonna be pissed off,
Right.
because if trust is earned, you know what I mean? Not given. That's how I feel, at least. So if I because I don't trust easily anyway. So if I give you that trust, so yeah. But you know what? I charge it to the game and keep it moving, because guess what? I always go back to my goodie mob. One monkey don't stop no show. Not at all. So yeah, you might got that, but I know he has something else for me. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to keep it moving.
Right.
And I'm not going to waste my energy worrying about you. But that does not mean you can come back. That is cut out. Now I can still be cordial to you, because that's just my nature. I can still be, hey, how you doing, and blah blah blah. But that don't mean you're gonna get any information. We're gonna be hanging out and kicking it. Hey, you want to go out for lunch? No, none of that's gonna happen.
But she want me to be seen.
Yes, she does.
She want to fix it.
I do want you to be seen too.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, well, baby, if you can fix it. This time I'm in ministry.
Turn it around.
I'm an event planner, not a take out.
Let me see what you clicked on.
I didn't click on anything. You're not gonna blame on me. There's nothing here. Listen, today is Friday. I don't know what's happening. I just don't.
Like it's trying to come, but I don't know what.
I did it just like you.
Let's try it without the power.
I mean, but y'all can just keep going, because one month don't stop no show.
Well, how about this? Ooh. Now come back.
Did you just log me out?
You back.
Listen, Lord,
I try to see if I can just do a reboot. You back, but there you go. See?
DJ talented. It's not me today. It's not.
They was in here man bashing earlier.
And I think
Blame it on
they taking me off a line on purpose.
No, need to see your face.
Well, hello, I'm here. Hi.
There you go.
Mhm.
Hey, boo.
This
All
is
right.
this is live. It's real stuff happening.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's
we making
right.
it do what it do.
There we go. Okay.
But y'all answer your own question. I mean, does it bother you that if it's somebody that you trusted and then they shit it all on you, what do you do?
Well, I've had that experience. That's what I was going to go there and ask everybody around the room to say their experience and how they handle it. So I'll go first. I've had that experience more than once. So this last situation really effed me up. I've had people take my image when I was modeling and I see my picture in a magazine. I knew they got paid for it, but I didn't have any idea about intellectual property. So, or signing the right paperwork.
Mhm.
I've done artwork where I've posed for art and then seen it being sold. And I'm like, we had this agreement, but the person didn't tell me, and then I had to come back later and threaten to sue to actually get my piece of the money back, For me, then was a part of educating myself on the industry, not just wanting to be in the industry so bad that someone can come to me and say, I'm going to do this deal for you and I'm going to put you in this magazine or you're going to be my model in this magazine. And I don't ask for what I want, nor do I put it on paper, what I want and make sure someone knowledgeable, attorney, whatever, looks over my contract. I think that's what hurt me the most this time. This time, actually, I asked a question about the sis thing, Black woman wanting to empower another person. That was my reason for stepping into the situation that I stepped in, producing and directing someone else's vision. The agreement was there. It took us 3 or 4 days to decide if I was going to accept the agreement the way that it was written. We came to a mutual agreement on pay. And then when I got my check did not clear the bank. And I said, whoa, now I did all this work. I stayed up late at night. I was on every set. I spent my own gas money trying to be there. I put my ideas on the table. So for me, I'm giving you 110%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trusting you with my story. I am trusting you to build your brand. And then this is how you repay me. First of all, disrespecting me, on a set. And then when I leave, you give me a check that was not honored by the bank. However you want to call it, bad check. It was not an NSF. I can understand the NSF because I know your situation. But the idea that the check was returned, I had a problem with that. So my first instinct was, I'll just chop it up to the game. I'll just chop it up and I'll keep it moving. I'll be okay. But then when I heard it happen to someone else and someone else and someone else, the someone else was not like us in this room where we all have experience. The someone else for me was young people still in school trying to get a break in this industry. What you're doing is you're setting a standard for them to A, learn a lesson early,
Mm-hmm.
and then B, decide if this is the industry they want to be in. You could be breaking someone's heart, per se, of not wanting to be in the industry because you've given them a bad experience.
Right.
That's what made me want to fight. That's what made me say, okay, I have to do something. I have to, because you're going to keep doing what you're doing if I don't step out. The issue may not never get resolved, but at least I know I tried. That's where my situation came from. Now, owning my truth, that is my truth. That if it ever comes out, I'm allowed to speak my truth. Like you said, how I do it, I haven't had I've seen the person since then, and the person walked around as if they did not give a damn, and it's still going on like they don't give a damn. So how do you address it? for me, I probably was like 100 times pissed off seeing that you've done this to these people and you have not tried to make it right. You don't even give a damn that you hurt somebody. This person is young enough to be your child. These people.
Right.
So that was the issue that I had. And then it still bothers me. It does. It still bothers me. But I know I'm in this industry. And like you said, you have to be careful how you say what you say, because you don't want the other people that you're doing business with thinking that you're going to fly off the handle with them if they F up, you know?
So being that you have had these experiences, because we all have been there.
Yeah, tell us about yours.
Well, my question would be, how do you flip and do what they do, or do you still move on as you? I mean, where does you, I guess, put a demark?
Well, right now for me, it is about realizing that I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to move the way that I move, but eventually we will cross paths. And you never ever know in this business who you're going to meet.
Mm-hmm.
I could be right here with Brian, and Brian could take off just like that. And I might have to eat humble pie and come back to Brian and say, I'm sorry, I apologize. And he might be the key to unlocking the door that I need unlocked. And because I screwed him over, I can't get a damn thing.
Or not just even the person, but it could be the person that knows somebody. What I realized here in Atlanta when I first got here, I had a resume. And I want to give everyone my resume. This is who I've worked with, this the brands, the companies, and they didn't care. They wanted to go and talk to those people to ask, who is Brian? Do he have integrity? Is he a good person? And then they'll call back. So then I realized, like, you don't care about nobody's resume. You care about what people say. And that's why I'm very big on integrity. I'm very big on respect. I'm very big on making sure that my business is A1. Because every event that I do, it's another job coming after that. If I do it wrong, it's not coming. So you put your name out there bad. You put your business out there bad. You have just this horrible person that you are out there like that. People are going to know that. It's going to spread like wildfire because this industry is small. Atlanta is big. Georgia is big. But the industry is so small. And, the sad thing is, it's like you hurting yourself. You're hurting people in the process, but you're hurting yourself. Because what I can say is, I'm good.
But how did you feel? Because we're talking about Monique. We just use Monique's story as an example. We know this is from years ago, but it brought about some good points. But how did you feel? Because with Teresa says, I wanted to help the person. So we'll come to you. But with you actually did share some personal things.
Well, like I say, this was the first time I've ever been in a situation where someone have scammed me. And the reason I say I was scammed is because in the contract, it says one thing. Once you start, something else is being said. Then for my time, for my talent, I am supposed to be getting paid for this, but I'm not. But at the same time, I came to this situation because someone that I knew, someone I trusted, introduced me to this person. And so because I trust you, I trust you're going to put me in a good situation.
Right.
So once I get into this situation and I see, and I fault myself because when I saw that it wasn't really what I thought it was going to be, I should have walked away. But in my mind, most scammers are going to give you lies, are going to give you all these things to make you feel sorry for them. And that's what I started doing. I took the business away and I started feeling sorry for this person, helping by trying to talk through situations, help you, not die, because every other day, this person was dying. Give me something. There you go. And so, and I felt bad about that. And so it's like, okay, well, if I leave, she might really die. She might have a nervous breakdown. So for me, it's like, okay, let me just hang in here. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna help you, help me. And it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. And so when I finally had enough, then I walked away. 6 months later, I walked away and still not paid. But then I'm the bad person everyone that has walked away had
Ah.
enough balls to walk away is now the bad person. Now this person is the victim. And I don't understand why bad people, become the victim when now they're being exposed. And I feel we all have platforms, and that's the way for me to get it done is by on my platform speaking about my problem, my issue, not problem, but my issue that I had or have dealt with, so it won't happen to somebody else. But again, it's not bashing because I'm not giving you the energy. I could care less what's going on with you.
Right.
But what I do understand that karma is moving in on streets left and right, and she might be her neighbor.
Ooh, yes, honey.
She might
Yes.
be her neighbor.
Teresa,
Yeah.
tell us about yours.
I guess we want to talk about the same person. So
No.
No. You can talk about anybody, but
Oh, we talk about the same person.
Oh, is that me? Sorry.
probably.
I thought I had it on silent.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's F up Friday. We
Yeah,
all
it is.
effing up. It's okay.
It is.
Okay.
So-
I'm not.
I guess for me, I guess I watch people, and just because I don't say nothing doesn't
Yeah.
mean I'm not watching.
Absolutely.
Right.
It doesn't mean I'm not taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can look at you and just and shake my head and just like flag,
Mm-hmm.
flag, and flag. And somebody that's always talking about everybody else. I know you will talk about me. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will not tell you anything that's really personal ever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then with certain situation like this last situation, because there is still outstanding balance for us as far as our actual company. But my
Wait a
reasoning,
minute, pause. You did some work for this person.
we did some work, and there's still some
For
there
production.
is an outstanding balance. The reason I came because that person's like, yes, acknowledge that, yes, I understand and I know,
Yeah.
and just give me till this time, and I promise you I will make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, my husband looked like that, Michelle, like she's still lying, but I'm trying. But I'm still hoping that you'll be a person of your word.
Yeah.
And then for the thing that she was doing, the opportunity, there was my own what I wanted, because I look at this industry or any industry, especially being African American, especially being women.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody out here telling us how to do this.
Correct.
So the more that we partner up and help each other, the better we all rise.
Yes.
So I wanted to be around entrepreneurs so I can see what I'm missing, so we can move in a better direction.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my own selfishness of wanting to be around it. But then when it wasn't going in that direction,
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, say what you said. I got to do, and
I had shit to do, and I was out. And I don't, because I believe it or not, I mean, in the back of my mind, I knew that there was a possibility I wasn't gonna be paid. I already knew that coming in.
You kind of know.
I already knew that coming in. So, but the pay wasn't the value that I was trying to get.
Correct.
It was trying to network with folks that seemed like they got the thing popping off, so I can soak up that knowledge.
Absolutely.
So, but in the midst of that, I don't like mess either.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta watch it,
Right.
but don't bring
But
that
to be
here.
in it.
Don't bring that here,
Yeah.
because then now we have a problem.
Yeah.
But because I'm gonna be quiet and kiki and laugh all day at y'all acting
Right.
damn fool.
Right.
But as soon as you turn that here, I was like, wait a minute, because somebody turned that, so I had to sit up. Like, wait, you don't know me. You don't know me.
Okay.
And I said, wait a minute, you trying to take me out of my element,
Absolutely.
and I got too much shit to lose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
guess what? I'm gonna stage left,
Yeah.
stage right, open the door.
Yeah.
Elvis has left the building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris is on the line. Chris, if you're listening,
Do you see the comment?
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Chris. Chris, if you're listening, we are actually asking to share our experience about if we were scammed and how we handle it. So feel free to chime in.
So, but just to wrap up mine, am I disappointed? Yeah, especially after finding out so many, because you always, when you have only just that particular I guess correspondence, you think it's just okay. But then when you find out there's a whole bunch of people,
It's a
like,
whole
God
slew of
damn,
people. Yeah.
like really? Are you really doing that?
But you still have faith that you're gonna get your money that's owed.
Oh
To
no,
Oh,
that's
I thought you said
no.
you
I
just
said
feel
when
like,
we started,
oh, you
when we
felt like
that when I came aboard, that
you
was
just
the
hoped they would
that
do
was
the
the
right thing.
when I came aboard, that was the promise for me coming aboard, to making sure that, because my better half had reservations about that. And he's like, now you already know. And I was like, but she promised. So let me just give her one last chance to see what she made good.
So for
Eh.
those of you that are listening to the podcast or watching, what she's saying is the person already owed her some money for a project and then invited her to be a part of a second project in spite of owing her some money already. And she
Correct,
still
but
hoped that
but-
the person would do the right thing.
I'd still hope, but like I said, that wasn't the value that I was trying to get, because I already knew in the back of my head that was a good chance I'm not gonna get it.
What you gonna do?
My value was networking with some folks that seemed like they got some things going on to find out, and then plus to see the behind the scenes of a reality TV show, because I am a reality TV show junkie.
Yeah.
I watch them all.
Right.
I watch it. It's like a train wreck. I gotta watch it.
And I think
And
that's
then you
what,
became part of it.
And then I didn't like
with them-
that.
with them owing you some money.
but I think that's what.
But
I
see,
think that's what
you keep
helps.
talking about the money, but the money part wasn't
for you.
wasn't my value.
No, it still was.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what helps me, because
Mhm.
you know, at some point early on, I felt the same way, because now I'm hearing people say, "Well, I walked away before you came because I wasn't getting paid, because it was unorganized, because it was a hot mess." And so I'm like, well,
No,
wait
it
a
was
minute,
definitely a hot mess.
there may be a reason why you're leaving, so it may happen to me. So I'm just like you. For me, it was like, I've done reality TV before, but I've never been a cast member. I've
Mhm.
always come to do these events. I might have my little moment, and I go about my business. So for me, it was like, oh wow, I do love reality TV. It's an
Mhm.
opportunity for my brand
It
to go
is.
out to more
Yes.
people.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
let me do
See.
this for me.
Exactly.
And I did get what I needed from it.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't walk away completely empty-handed.
Mhm.
You know, but it would have been nice to get paid for my time, for
Of
my
course.
talent,
Yeah.
Be compensated.
for the clothes, and
Yes.
for the haircuts and all the things I had to get, because there was a lot of stuff that we had to do. So you know,
I agree.
you owe me a lot of money.
And I was only there, what, a couple of weeks, 2
I was
weeks,
there for six months.
3 weeks max.
See,
And that's
I
like, I don't want, because I like organization that
Yeah.
just, I need structure. I'm
Well,
just
you know,
sorry.
you know,
I think
that's
I
how
had
we
you
are.
beat.
That's
I
how
think
we
I
are.
had you beat. What I had 2 weeks, you had 3 weeks.
I don't even know.
I think I
Cause
had you
I was on the
beat.
phone with you. It's like, this not working for me.
I'm the mini leaks of the group. I was there the longest. Okay. 6 months.
Before we go to DJ Talented, Christopher Gaines says, y'all know how it goes. I've been scammed for a food multiple times. This specific experience changed a lot internally for me. Y'all should not have paid for anything. That's a perk of being a cast member. Class action lawsuit, someone says. Period, Pooh.
I agree.
DJ
And Chris, you're right. But I guess it's again, we was trying to help somebody that's saying that, hey, I got this. I just need my sisters, my brothers,
Yeah.
and we all do
Yeah.
this together and playing that black card.
Yeah.
And here we go, wookie, and then
Yeah.
we got fucked.
I mean, but that's what most scammers do. It's like, and then
They
know,
good at it.
so this may be crazy, because I wonder sometimes, do people start off wanting to be a scammer,
That's a good
or
question.
do they start off saying, you know what, I have this amazing vision, I want to bring all these people together, and you see you can't handle it, and then you start lying,
Mhm.
and one lie add another lie, and another lie, and another lie, and now you're just a web of lies. So I don't know if she really started off being a scammer, maybe not. But at some point, you knew you can pay people. At some point, you knew you could even live to see another day, okay? Because you don't have it. So at some point, when you see people down, say, you know what, guys, I'm so sorry, I can't. I'm gonna stop. And then
Oh,
when
no,
I come
that ain't
back,
gonna happen.
because some people is prideful.
Definitely
You know, and
prideful.
I've shared this with this person. I've shared with her a few times. In the beginning of my business, I stopped for an entire year.
Mhm.
It wasn't working. I couldn't pay people. I couldn't pay myself.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to keep putting myself in a situation, especially a financial situation. So I just cut it for a year, and I started doing something else. And then I came back when I was ready.
Right.
Brenda Melton says, good question about your question about did they start off being a scammer? Good
Yeah.
question.
I personally, honestly, I don't think so, because, and the only reason I say that, because we have been paid. We gotten paid for stuff.
Yeah.
And just when the money ran out for that person wasn't gonna say, see what
Yeah.
happened was. No, they're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And then, like
But
you
I do
said,
know
that
there are some people to that. There are some people who was getting paid.
Yes.
So we can't say everybody wasn't. So that's why I say, was it a start off let me scam? No, I don't believe that. But at some point it became that.
It became that. It definitely became that. Then it was getting away with it. So I was shit. Might as well keep going.
Christopher Gaines says it's good with her. She only wanted fame.
She only wanted what?
She only wanted fame. It wasn't about
Through
helping
us?
anybody else. Through your platform. She didn't have the platform.
Oh.
You guys brought the platform to the table because of who you are and what you bring to the table.
Yes,
DJ
I can see that.
Talented.
My thing was once you show me how you are as a person, that's what I'm gonna look at.
Mhm.
All this extra stuff that was done, cut that shit off.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cuss too much, but
You're fine.
that situation, I wasn't doing shit else for her.
Yeah.
You fucked me once, you're not gonna do it again.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah. And I think, to a fault, us as Libras, sometimes we want to give people the benefit of the doubt,
Yes.
hoping you're going to change, or feeling like we can change that person by being a part with our good spirit, with our organization, with our talent. And by default, sometimes we just get screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen way early on that it was an issue. But I kept saying to myself, you could change, you could change. The problem that I made, and I will never ever do it again, is by trusting by way of someone else and did not let my lawyer tell me what to do. I did it on my own.
Right.
Had that had happened, I'm not saying that we still would have been paid, because there are some people who went through their lawyer and did things the correct way and still not paid.
Yes.
True. Yeah. So
true.
So true.
So moving forward, what advice each one of you, take it first, Brian. What advice would you give to someone who has a passion to be in this industry, but has already been scammed?
I mean, whether you have been scammed or not, my advice is never do something this major with a contract, money involved by yourself. Always have somebody that understands contracts and understands the industry that you're in to help you make decisions and things of that nature, and hold people accountable. Don't let it keep going on and on and on. If somebody didn't pay you the first time, do something about it immediately. Don't wait, because that allows people to feel like I can do that to you. And now that I've done it, now okay, what you gonna do about it? So always, make sure you have someone looking over contracts. Make sure you have someone telling you what you should and should not do, and being that spokesperson for you. And when you see something wrong, fix it. Don't let it linger.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna agree that you definitely have a lawyer involved. And believe people for who they are, because I'm good with just cutting folks off.
Yeah.
But believe them for who they are, and I guess remember who they are, even though you have your own little selfishness but remember what you're dealing with, or just be good with what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Just know what you're gonna get and be good with it.
And if you're there for a reason, get what you need to get and leave.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't linger. Get what you need to get and walk away.
Right.
Yeah.
DJ Talented, you? Advice?
Paperwork.
Yeah.
Paperwork. Make sure you get your paperwork together. I know they've said that. It's probably been said by everybody in this room, but paperwork. And make sure that your paperwork matches their paperwork, just in case they want to change some shit.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
So get that paperwork together. That means you get your money. You don't get your money, take that shit right to the court.
Yeah.
And I agree. As I stated earlier, research. Research. Do your research and your homework. Like Brian said, I think for me, Brian, I'm not sure about you two, but I know Brian and I are in the same situation. We actually looked at someone who we trusted. Word said, their word was priceless to us. If they said it, we believed it.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have a reason to kind of question anything. It's like, okay, this person needs help. We're going to take your word, and that's what we're going to do. But
we all been in that situation too.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're new and you're starting out, even with that happening, like I said, this is Atlanta. Someone says they can make you a star every 5 minutes.
And it can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
It can happen anywhere.
Yeah. Every 5 minutes, someone wants to make you a star. And you just have to make sure you, do your due diligence. Teresa, do you have a check your truth for today?
Of course I do.
All right. Well, let's roll with it.
Check your truth. Okay. So we talked about scamming and ATL in the entertainment industry, but as long as there are human beings, regardless of the industry, there will always be scamming, manipulating, lying, users, takers, fakers, and fake ass people. So for the people like myself that come at you with the real, sometimes raw, every now and then rugged truth, you might not like what I said or even how I said it, but you would never say, I tried to scam you, manipulate you, lie to you, use you, take from you, or just being fake with you. So for my fellow members of the Real Ass People Society, as your president, I do feel your pain and your frustration. And I know it can be exhausting because we are always on go due to being outnumbered by the scamming, manipulating, lying, using, takers, fake ass people. But I say, do not give in. Do not stoop to their level. And definitely do your best to not be scammed, manipulated, continue being lied to, used, taken advantage of, or just being around fucking fake ass people. And I say to those scamming, manipulating, lying, using, taking, those takers, fake ass people, we, the Real Ass People Society, will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to live on. We are going to survive. And you can take that to the bank. God bless you and these United States of America. So shout out to my Independence Day and Hard to Kill fans with Steven Seagal. So I name myself, I am the president of the Real Ass People Society.
I'm here for it. I joined.
Christopher Gaines says the RAP Society. Put it on a shirt.
Thank you. Will do.
Trademark that. Real Ass People Society.
President.
I love it. Well, we have a few minutes still left. Any final thoughts from anyone?
I still say, do what you do.
Yeah.
One monkey don't stop no show. Don't let that take you out of you being yourself.
Yeah.
Take you to another level of spending, like Monique, years of being angry and you still nowhere moving forward. Continue moving forward.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to them. I know some people don't want to wait on karma. Like, I got to get mine now.
Yeah. She coming.
She coming.
Sometimes she moves slow. She coming. But don't sit silent.
Yes.
Like, we all have a platform. Some people don't. But we have a platform we can speak out. We don't have to drag nobody. We don't have to be ugly and dirty and low. But we have a platform. Speak out and help someone. Let someone know. It happened to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me with my 15-some, I don't know how many thousands of followers I have.
A new way of saying me too.
Right.
This is another me too. Movement. But even for us, it can happen to us. We're not exempt. But we're here to say that you can still move forward. Just move forward smarter.
Smarter. Yeah. That's the key.
Yeah.
Smarter.
And help somebody along the way.
Yes.
Tell somebody, hey, don't let this happen to you.
That's the key. That's something that you guys said since we have a few minutes. That's the key. Mm-hmm. Because when people were reaching out to me and they were saying, this happened to me also, and I was like, why didn't you say anything?
Yeah.
They were just like, I just wanted to let it go. So then it happened to the next person.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to let it go. Then it happened to the next person. I just wanted to let it go. So with that being said, playing the devil's advocate, if Monique didn't say anything, we wouldn't be having this conversation today. Yeah. Because we would have let it go.
No, like I said, it wasn't what she said, it's how she did it.
How she did it.
Okay,
yeah.
So we all agree that it was okay that
she
needed to say something.
Okay.
But it just got too dark. Look what we did to that. And just to say, we was talking about the same person.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But we didn't have to go.
But we didn't say the name. We didn't say the company. We didn't have talk about private conversations. We did none of that.
Mm-mm.
And we got our point across. And I hope that we helped somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So that was for me. She told her truth, but she just went too low.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right then. DJ
What? Paperwork.
Any paperwork.
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 Because you know you don't get that paperwork. You might want to go upside somebody's head or put some sugar in their tank or something.
And see, that's a whole nother
change.
legal stuff.
Everybody
So-
not change.
You're gonna give me some money somehow.
And hopefully those people, sugar in people's tank. We run out of gas around here.
That actually happened to me.
Somebody put sugar in your tank?
Hunty, that's for another day. It was actually a candy bar. That's the story for another day.
A Snickers?
It wasn't me.
Babe.
It wasn't me.
Somebody making gasoline
I made
Kool-Aid?
it, and my car was acting funny. Brand new car was acting funny. And I get to the gas station, and I'm like, what is going on? I open it up, and somebody, I'm like, what is going on? The gas keep coming back out. And the guy put his hand in. He said, baby, somebody done put a candy bar. And he looked. He said, look like a payday.
Got paid.
Nuts.
Got paid in the wrong way.
Yeah.
They know who they are. If you're watching, you know who you are. That's why the way we are now.
Okay.
But you know who you are, and I'm gonna own that truth. Okay.
So you got our quote for the day?
Yes, I do. Actually, this quote is from Monique. It is a very easy thing to do what is popular, and a difficult thing to do is what is right.
Mm-hmm.
Monique, she said that at the Academy Awards.
Agreed.
Nice.
Always
Okay.
do right.
Yeah.
And on that note, you guys, we are going to close out the show. Anybody got anything to say? What you got going on this upcoming week?
Work.
Work.
All
Work.
right.
I'm going where the money resides. Yeah.
Well, on that note, thank you all for tuning in. I am the Real Seer.
I am Brian.
I am Miss Entertainment, y'all.
I'm DJ Tyler.
You gonna say I am.
I'm him.
And so with that being said, we want to thank you for tuning in to our show, Own Your Truth. Remember, like and subscribe. Hit that button right here on the YouTube channel so that you can get notices every time we are on the air. We will be here every Friday from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Check in with us on our IG, own_your_truth_podcast. You can follow Brian Keith at
BrianKeithProductions.com on all platforms.
You can follow Ms. Entertainment at
Ms. MIZZENTATL.
and she's not going to say you this, but you know I'm always into promoting since we have time. Make sure you go out and get her books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, got.
You forgot.
Well, she was just saying where I'm from. You know, you got Articles of Life, and you have The Adventures of Hildy and Carlos.
Yeah.
But they are not under Ms. Entertainment. They are under
T.S. Edwards.
T.S. Edwards.
The T.S. is for my initial. A seer told me like I was like, what? No, those are my initials.
Woo, y'all can catch that. Catch that. T.S. Catch that. T.S. Edwards. Her initials. And actually DJ Talented, you can follow DJ Talented on
Everything. Instagram, Facebook. Well, not Facebook, but Instagram and Twitter.
as DJ Talented.
DJ
Talented one.
One. There we go.
The
That's
zero
what
is actually the O is actually zero. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I was
I gotta be a little bit difficult, man. You'll see it.
And you can follow me on everything as The Real Seer. And we look forward to seeing you next Friday. Remember, like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to Own Your Truth. Oh, and listen to us on all your favorite podcasting stations. Podcasting stations. Make sure you listen to us on all your podcasts. I had to look at Ms. Entertainment because she usually corrects me, so I was like waiting on her to say something.
Are you in here beating us here?
Yes.
No,
yes.
She be just so afraid. What's wrong with her?
Yes.
I don't know what's wrong with her. I speak my truth.
And we had talked about last week, we like control. Just do it our way and you'll be fine. What's happening?
She wants control.
Oh, Brian, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that. This one over here. To my right, boy.
I'm
Control.
sorry.
All right, I guess I'm gonna go ahead on and end this broadcast because I got the control. How about that?
You see, she's a loser. She about
Make
to
sure,
click us out.
make sure you share us on all of your podcasting stations. Make sure you share and like and subscribe. And we are out on your